One day, a beggar was asking for money at the train station. A tall, well-dressed businessman saw him and asked, "You always ask for money, but do you ever give anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a poor beggar. I always take from people. I don't have anything to give." The tall man smiled and said, "If you have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask either. I believe in give and take. If you can give me something in return, only then will I give you something." Saying this, the tall man boarded his train and left. The beggar kept thinking about what the man had said. It made him realize something important. He thought, maybe I don't get much money because I don't give anything in return. But then, another thought came to his mind. I am just a beggar. I have nothing to give. But for how long will I keep begging without giving anything? He spent 2 days thinking about this question. On the third day, while sitting near the station, the beggar saw some beautiful flowers growing nearby. An idea struck him. Why don't I give flowers to people when they give me money? He liked this idea. He plucked a few flowers and went inside the train to beg. Now, whenever someone gave him money, he gave them a flower in return. People were surprised but happy. They smiled and kept the flowers with them. Soon, the beggar noticed something amazing. More people started giving him money. Every day, he plucked flowers and distributed them in exchange for money. But there was a problem. When he ran out of flowers, people stopped giving him money. This continued for many days. But the beggar did not lose hope. One day, while begging in the train, he saw the same tall businessman sitting inside. The beggar quickly went to him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you in return. If you give me money, I will give you these flowers." The tall man smiled and gave him some money. The beggar happily handed him a few flowers. The businessman laughed and said, "Wow, now you have become a businessman like me." Then he got off the train at his station. The beggar kept thinking about what the tall man had said. He felt happy. His eyes shone with excitement. He thought, I am not a beggar anymore. I am a businessman. I can become rich. He jumped off the train, looked up at the sky, and shouted, I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. People around him thought he had gone mad, but the beggar had finally understood the secret to success. 6 months later, 2 well-dressed men were traveling on the same train. They looked at each other. One man smiled and said, "Do you recognize me?" The other man replied, "No, I think we are meeting for the first time." The first man said, "No, think again. We are meeting for the 3rd time." The second man was confused. "I don't remember. When did we meet before?" The first man smiled and said, "We first met on this train when I was a beggar. The second time, I gave you flowers in return for money, and today I am a businessman." The second man was shocked. "Oh, now I remember. You were that beggar. But what are you doing now?" The first man replied, "Yes, I was a beggar, but today I own a big flower business. I am going to another city for my business work." Then he added, "You taught me the most important rule of life, give and take. At first, I thought I was just a beggar, but when you told me I was a businessman, I started believing in myself. The truth is, people were not giving me charity. They were paying for my flowers, and now I run a successful flower business." Both men smiled, shook hands, and got off the train, talking about business. This story teaches us a very important lesson. Success is in your mindset. If you think small, you will stay small. But if you think big, you will grow. Believe in yourself, change your mindset, and see how your life changes.